All right, so we'll jump into this. What we're going to do is we're going to bring up, oh, there's your channel, obviously. Subscribe.
Cheers.
I have it there. So we are going to bring up this. This is Sideshow Collectibles site. What I want to talk about is two things. I have three tabs open. I have this is Star Wars because I want to kind of help out and not have to jump around. So Star Wars, Marvel, and DC. So right here, obviously Sideshow. It's easy to use this site. Not saying you have to buy from Sideshow, no affiliation, nothing like that. I just use this because it's easy to filter out figures and kind of get an idea. So judging by this list, um, I have it filtered just so people can know Star Wars Hot Toys, 6 scale only, pre-release and coming soon, which gives us a total of, was it 34, 40, 45 figures total as on Sideshow site. That's what we're going with. So that being said, I'll let you go and then I'll go. This goes back to Lane Kramer's question. Lane asked this very early on, and he kind of with the Dewback. Top 3 anticipated pre-orders. Now, when I wrote this, I'll rephrase a little bit. You don't have to have had something pre-ordered, but let's say you're gonna
Yeah.
like, hey, I didn't do the Dewback, but I'm definitely gonna pre-order the Dewback, for example. So you can count that. It doesn't have to be stuff that you actually did pre-order, but
Yeah.
top 3 anticipated for Star Wars coming into like, and I'll just kind of scroll through. Like, so you let me know. Like, if I can go first, if you want to like kind of think about this, but we'll scroll through. This is on the Sideshow site. If there's something out here, definitely let me know. But
there's 3 already on the top 2 rows there, but I know there's going to be more. Go on, because the Dewback and Sand Troopers, obviously.
So we'll count the Dewback and Sand Trooper Deluxe as one, and I'll agree. This is an anticipated release for me for next year. This is up there. This is not number one. I don't have like a number 1, 2. This is just one of my 3. Is the Sand Trooper Dewback for me? It's original trilogy. It's grandfathered into pre-ordering, and it's just a massive piece that I think is going to look beautifully displayed. So this is one of mine. I'm assuming it's one of yours too.
Yeah, that's my number 1, I think.
All right.
Yeah.
What do you think is the next one as we're scrolling through?
Yeah, keep scrolling down then. I won't have them. Yeah. So it's just, I think the Vader from
Return of the Jedi. Oh, Kenobi.
Yeah,
Kenobi.
that one looks good with obviously the lightning in his.
There he is.
Helmet.
Kenobi Vader.
I think this one's going to be a good one. With that split down his helmet, it looks amazing. That. So I think that's probably number 2.
Yeah, Kenobi Vader. That's yeah, that's going to be one for people definitely. Just because, and if that's your number 2, I'll jump back to my number 2. My number 2 is going to be Return of the Jedi Vader.
Right.
This is mine. I have 2 of these on order. I have a deluxe.
Options.
I have a deluxe and I have a standard. So this is my number 2 excited one. 24 is Deluxe Vader. I want to pose him in full Vader outfit with his lightsaber wielded, and then if they don't give us a Luke Return of the Jedi by some time, I'll get one on the secondary, like the Return of the Jedi version. But I want to replicate the version of like him with his mask off, and I want like, I think Posing with Peter did it way back when on his channel. He did it where he had Vader with his arms slunched over Luke's, and he's like carrying him. But I want to have the mask off already, like so he looks like he's dying. So he's like kind of carrying him. So I want to replicate. So I want 2 of them for that. So Darth Vader, Return of the Jedi is my.
Yeah, the reason why that one's not in mine is because I've got the quarter scale, and it's not much different. So I thought I'd go for something a bit different.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. So then your number. This is gonna be tough, man. Because honestly, looking at this again. There's a lot like, and you know what? To be fair, I don't know if you got. We're not going to count the Artisan Anakin. He's excluded because that's like, I have that on order specifically. I won't count that though. I won't count that. I do have that one on order, but we're not going to count that one. So we'll exclude Anakin Artisan just because let's not make it too hard of a choice. But what would be your 3rd most anticipated?
It's so tough. This I think controversial here though. One figure that I'm actually quite looking forward to, and I've been doing for a while, is the Reaver figure. People might not like that, but I think this is going to be amazing. That head sculpt, if it's anything like that when it goes into mass production, I think that's spot on. That.
Yeah, this is going to be I think this could be a sleeper that people are really. I think this is gonna be a sleeper that people are passing up on it because they want to complete stuff. But I think this sculpt could be pretty amazing. Absolutely
Yeah.
could be pretty amazing
Yeah.
for a lot. And just to jump back in, where the Fab's figure saying, "Are we not reading chats unless they're super chats like real collect?" No, we're having a conversation here, so I'm trying to time manage because TK and I are kind of managing our time and going through a lot to cover. So no, I have been. It's not my fault that you came in late, my friend. You came in late to the chat, and I actually have been pausing to read comments. So I am going to backtrack and read comments. Just that
You
we're
have been reading comments, to be fair, haven't you?
I have been reading comments. It's called checking the replay. There's my proof. But my third figure, it's a toss up between Anakin and Mace Windu, and I'll go Anakin.
Right.
I'll go Anakin. It's a toss up only because I'm interested to see with Mace Windu if they do any alterations to the sculpt, because I know the sculpt was met with mixed reactions for Mace Windu, but this Anakin was pretty much well received as being like a home run from the get go. And this is one of those where I really just hope that this doesn't break off of production, like the quality. I hope this stays the way that it is, because I think this is a phenomenal figure for the price point. It's just, it is what, this is just a great looking figure. So this is probably
looking amazing as well.
Yeah, this just for Star Wars is just that's part of the reason why I really like Star Wars more, because these character designs, I think, and also I would actually say that the head sculpts for Star Wars figures are probably some of the best in terms of IP wise. Like if you look at the head sculpts from Marvel, DC, and Star Wars, I would argue that they probably do the best work on Star Wars.
I was going to ask you about that, because obviously you've got a bit more of a wider collection of other fandoms than me, and I was wondering whether you thought the head sculpts were better for Star Wars or for the Marvel stuff in DC.
Like if I'm looking, I don't mean to be turning around, but if I look at like my DC, for example, like everything looks really good, but then you look at Star Wars above, and there's just hit after hit, like the Boba Fett's, the Fennec Shans, the Casca Reeves, all that. It's like, I'm just looking at them, like the Count Dooku, the Darth Maul, I'm just going through the list, like I'm just looking Cad Bane, Qui-Gon Jinn. I'm looking at Luke Skywalker, and then I'm looking down at the bottom, and I'm like, they look good, but they're just like, DC's good, but they're not. And then Marvel. It seems like Marvel, they definitely make sure they get Robert Downey Jr. right, and then everything else is kind of like questionable.
Right.
I mean, I'm just looking around. I mean, there's some that, they definitely do. It's just, it is what it is. But
I mean, that's Sabine as well. That's
like, oh my God, you can't. I mean, you can't complain about that. It's just, it is. And Daniel says, they put more effort into Star Wars overall. Yeah, I do think so. And they want to make sure they keep that property. They want to make everybody happy. Rusty Bronco says Hot Toy standard should be. I read this one with USB. Just jumping through 12-inch moose train, working on the display. I work 12 hours a day right now. Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, and a lot of those things you have on pre-order aren't even going to be coming out till probably next year. So definitely keep us in the know about that. Let's see. Neil Terrific says TK, you'll never walk alone. Go Reds. Let's see. Stevie 133, like that Instagram. There you go. Just jumping through. Rusty Bronco says top 3 now. Dewback, New Hope, Guard Station, and new Darth Empire. There you go. Just jump through comments. So you see Tom Daly says, is anyone else getting a USB hub to finally display lightsabers? That's what I have, actually. I have a USB hub because I hardwired all of my lights, all my lightsabers. I soldered the wires, so like all of mine run on a USB. So all of my lightsabers that you see back here that are kind of lit up, that's all turns on and off with my display. So like if I turn around, I'll give you kind of an example. My lights will go out, but like if I hit my, if I go like this, and I'll show you. I never actually did this on live. Here, I'll show you. Let me remove this. I'm not going to go, but if I go like that, everything goes black. And then there you go. So everything turns on. So I don't have to worry about the batteries. So I sat there and I soldered. Oh, some of them there's nothing that's USB now, but anything that wasn't, I was sitting there, I was soldering them, and I wired them up to USB and tucked them in. So behind the Boba throne, there's actually a big 30-port USB hub that I just keep plugging in and everything. You actually see a little Darth Vader blinking. His chest is blinking, so I have him lit up. I have stuff like that lit up. And so anything I get USB, I just plug right in. And then right there is Ahsoka. You can see Ahsoka right there. She didn't have, thanks to Denobi for that one, she didn't have the white, her sabers aren't USB powered. So I bought mini LEDs and stuck them inside the hilts, and it lit the hilts up. So I just wanted everything done that way. So But let's see. Daniel says like a 3-tier character like Fennec is so much better than the new Gal Gadot Wonder Woman. I mean, yeah, I would say the Fennec is definitely better because the Wonder Woman, like I said, it's the greatest hits of recycled parts to make the best version that Hot Toys. I mean, I still think that the Wonder Woman WB 100 is a fantastic figure from Hot Toys point of view. Could someone else do it better, like in art? Absolutely, because they have the technology advanced to do it. But at this present time, I would say the Wonder Woman WB is the best Wonder Woman that Hot Toys has made because they took the greatest hits of all previous versions to make their own. And also, to be fair, when that figure came out, it doesn't have a year release time like the artisan figures. So that one literally from announcement to release was like 4 months. So you knew that they definitely, yeah, it was only like a 4-month window from 3 or 4 months. So the artisans, they're putting more work into. And I pray to the Hot Toys gods, and they won't do it, that the Anakin artisan, they change everything up to full leather, but they won't do that. I'm very upset that one is like it's all pleather, but
considering the price, they should do.
Considering the price, yeah, like that's a nice way of putting it.